at its basics, editing a movie is really very simple. It is a little bit like editing a text, that you put things in a specific order, in different paragraphs, so to speak. And the basics of video editing is that you put your clips after each other. And then you trim the clips. You decide on when should the video clip start and when should it end. In Premiere, we have the bin where I have the assets, and we have the timeline. And one very easy way of editing is to bring the clips down on the timeline, to just drag them down like this. And here we have one video clip, one shot on the timeline. And we can scrub, move back and forth like this, and we can play.
Insertion.
Yes.
According to the
the image here, we can zoom in. This one is at 100%, so I see it in the actual scale it has. I can select 200% to zoom in, or I can select, for example, 50 to zoom out and see the whole image. Because with 100% here, I don't really see the whole image. But this doesn't change anything in the movie. This is just my viewing of the image. The image is always 100% unless I scale it. And this is not scaling, this is just changing the view of the movie. But it can be very convenient, especially if you work with high definition. You have to scale, zoom out in order to see the whole image. And you can also zoom in time, so to speak, because in the timeline here, the time runs from 0 down here, the start of the timeline, to 8 minutes over here, almost 9 minutes down here at the end. And by dragging this slider at the lower left, I can scale in time. So now I have kind of zoomed out in time, so I see the whole sequence. When I add more and more video clips, the sequence will get longer and longer, so that's not an issue. If I really need to do something exact in the timeline, for example, change the end point of a clip by 2 frames, for example, then I can zoom in time. And if I zoom in all the way, what I see here is the individual frames. So this one is very convenient. So don't forget to zoom in and out in time. That will make the job much more easy. This shot here is now about 1.5 minutes long. And if I don't want all of that, and usually I need to trim it down, there are basically 2 ways of trimming it when it lies on the timeline. One is to trim the edges, so the start point and the end point of the shot. And that is very easy. You position the mouse pointer on the end, for example, of the shot, and then just drag. So when this red icon here appears, you can drag the shot like this. And what you do is that you take away material that is after the end point here. You don't really make the time quicker. You cut away stuff from the shot. Same here from the start. I can cut away stuff early. And then I have this one, which maybe is 10-15 seconds long instead. The material that I have been cutting away doesn't disappear. I have just hidden it. So it is still available here. So if I drag it out again, I have the material here. So it's very easy to change the in and out points of the clip. Another way to edit is to cut away stuff. Cut the shot in half and so on. And there is a small tools window that looks like this. And talking about the windows, I have reconfigured the interface a little bit here so that it suits me. You can rebuild the interface of Premiere very easily by taking a grab here and move the pieces around. You can move the windows around to change the interface of Premiere, to reconfigure it as you want. You can even save that. On the workspaces, window workspaces, you have new workspace. So you can create your own workspace and save that one. On the window, you also have lots of different windows. As you see here, just a few of them are actually open now. Most of these are windows that I never use actually, but they are here and some are useful. So if you miss a window, then check here to open it. Okay, but I was talking about the window tools over here. And as you see, the windows are sorted in groups, and you can use these tabs to look at the different windows that are in one group. Okay. On the tools, we have the arrow tool or selection tool. That is the one that I have used to move this clip around in time and edit the in and out points like that. There is also the eraser tool, and that one can be used to cut like that. And there is a snap function in Premiere, which means that if I position this cut tool close to the time marker and then cut, the cut will be exactly where I have the time marker. If I press V now, I go back to the arrow tool, or if I want to go back to the cut tool, then I press C. So C and V are good to shift between. When I have cut now, I can select the different parts that I have cut up here, and then by pressing delete I can take them away. So that's another way to edit these clips here. And even if I have cut away stuff, it's always available here, of course.